Hi there, here I am again from the roof of Tibet World in McLeod Ganj. It is Sunday, October 21st, and I just wanted to get some things out there before they got too stale in my mind. About a week ago, Xavier and I climbed the top of some Himalayan mountains back there, and we went camping for a couple days, which was great. Just really good bonding, get to know him a little bit better, just share some time. Just such a great experience. Really what I was after in this trip, and something that came out of it that just continues to make me happy is a statement that he said, which was, "Dad, you know, I really love doing this. This is great. I really enjoy this. I think I want to make mountaineering a hobby of mine." And I thought that's so great. That's something that we can continue to share in the future. It's definitely a passion of mine. I've always loved it, and I'm glad that he's caught the bug. And we kind of did it as a scouting trip to see if the little guys will be able to handle it. And so next week we're going to head up there with everybody. And you know, we've been doing these camping trips with the boys since Xavier was 5. And it's always been car camping, but I'd always envisioned that it would turn into something like this. Little did I know that it would actually be in the Himalayan mountains, but it was a vision, and it's just so nice to see it becoming a reality. And that's something that, you know, they'll want to continue to do wherever we are in the world. I was telling Xavier we'd get back to the East Coast, maybe do it up Mount Washington if we're in the West Coast, any of the mountain ranges out there. Heck, maybe we can even get up to McKinley in Alaska. That'd be, who knows. Another thing I want to talk about was Tibet World itself. They just celebrated their 5th year birthday. This is a hostel, but it's also a cultural exchange school. And Laura volunteers here teaching English. I'm kind of kicking myself for not volunteering, but I do get out there and speak to all the students in French and Chinese and English, so they can practice their conversation while at the same time trying to pick up a little bit more Tibetan. But you know, there's Thai students, there's Bhutanese, people from all over, monks from all over, and it's funny because, you know, this place it's so small scale. They work on a budget of like $40,000 a year. And they really go through that budget every year. And you know, so one bad month and it might shut them down. So if anyone's looking to help out an organization that really could use any little bit of money, they really could use it. And I can tell you that they're putting it to good use. And I look forward to, you know, I've helped them a little bit here so far, but I look forward to helping them in the future. So they had this 5th year birthday celebration, and they included the kids up on stage performing Imagine by John Lennon, and that was just such a treat to have them included and help them feel like a real part of the family here. And that was just so great. And Laura got up there and got recognized, and as did all the volunteer teachers, and it's just so wonderful. And one of the guest speakers was a high-ranking Lama. He used to be the personal English translator for His Holiness Dalai Lama for like 15 years, from like 1990 to 2005, something like that. He got up and spoke and just kind of pointed out you know, the same points that the Dalai Lama's been you know, communicating for, you know, his lifetime, which is love and compassion, and how essential that is to the betterment of humankind. And he was pointing out, you know, that these walls and barriers that we create in countries and religion and ethnicity, cultural background, whatever it may be, are just so unneeded. And what we really need to do is break down all those barriers and just help each other. And something that helped eliminate all of those walls, at least in my mind, was an example that he gave, which was that whenever a human is born, the first thing that it does when it comes out of the womb is cry. And he said that he guarantees that baby is not crying to get a discourse in Buddhism or Catholicism, Hinduism, Judaism, whatever it may be. He's not asking what country am I in, what's my cultural background, you know, what's the history, anything like that. All that baby is crying for is to get some unconditional love and compassion. And that's what we need to work on in this world. And he also pointed out, you know, how silly we are, and we think that we are so smart as human beings. And but to prove how wrong we are in our intelligence is look at the time, energy, and resources that we put into creating weapons of mass destruction to kill humans, when we all know that inevitably every human being will die. So we are creating weapons to kill people even though they're going to die anyway. Does that make sense? And I just thought that was kind of an interesting perspective. And no, that's what a lot of life is. It's just perspectives. And that's about it. That's all I got. So I love you. Have a great day. Bye.